We start with 1 hour chart. Just I want to give you a quick update. First of all, if we refer to our analysis in my last video, we mentioned we can expect the price drop to this range between somewhere between 348 and 335, and as we can see the price drop and reverse, but there was no trade setup to look for based on 1 hour chart. And if we refer to the 15-minute, even based on 15 minutes, we didn't have any proper trade setup to look for. Anyway, as we can see, after the price reverse, almost take the top and drop. Anyway, we just take out all these things because we mentioned if we get any trade setup, we're looking for the breakout of this top. And we mentioned the take profit can be 410. As I mentioned, there was no trade setup then. After that, there was no update. We want to see what's the next and how we can look for chart. First, we move to daily chart. And the only thing is, since we mentioned we can expect the price to consolidate, and this one can give us bigger correction. Now, whether this is the one is going to retest the previous low or not, we cannot confirm with that, because if we move to 4 hour chart, in our analysis, we mentioned may this one turn to a flat. Either the price retest the previous low or deeper correction. Okay, still we need to, that's why I was keep highlighting, if anyone wants to look for buy at the top of this correction, which is within this range, I mentioned we should know about this flat. And right now is whether this is the start of the down move or not. Okay, but the only thing is based on 4 hour chart, we don't have any confirmation. And even if we move here, the only thing is we see this little divergence after the price tag. But whether we call it divergence or not is not the divergence, because the price couldn't break the previous stop. That's why we cannot confirm technically and with the indicators. Then how we can look for trade? The only question is whether this is the start of the down move or bigger correction. In this case, we move to 1 hour chart. We want to see how we can look for trade. And the only thing is, we see we can put this one as a first move, divergence, and we call it this one a correction. Again here, since the price couldn't break the previous top, that's why we cannot put this one in relative to this. Even if we put this one as a flat, this is what we have been looking for, but the price couldn't tag the previous top. Now, we cannot call this one as a first wave. That's why I put this one as a first wave. The only thing is, if we want to look for trade, we have to wait and get the correction here. Whether we get the small correction for continuation or reversal. But the only thing is whether the price can break the previous low or not. If we want to look for buy, and if we want to look for trade setup as a reversal for buy, we prefer the price doesn't break the previous low. Let me put my line there. As we can see, the price haven't tagged yet. All right, then even if we get any reversal, for example, we want to see how we can look at this. If we get any reversal for trade setup, we need to be as a sharp, similar to what we get here, not the corrective, similar to what we have here. Because if we get the corrective, we can look for flat for one more drop. And if we get a drop, mostly the price can break the previous low. It doesn't mean the price cannot break from here. Maybe we get a small correction for one more drop. Then how we can look for trade, as I mentioned, we don't have any trade setup. If we get a small correction, we can look for sell, but as a short-term sell. The best thing is if we want to look for sell, at least if we get similar to what we have here. And if we want to look for buy, we wait to get reversal similar to this. Okay, but still we can we put this one in relative to this for flat? Yeah, we can look at that. We can look at that. All right, but the best thing is we wait, we get the confirmation. Okay, because the bigger question is, that's why I mentioned we cannot confirm whether this is a flat or not. That's why I was keep highlighting. And the question is, the most important thing is most of the charts, they have a similar movement. And all these things because of this drop, because of the Bitcoin we get. And mostly for me, I'm thinking this is a deeper correction for we can look for buy. That's why the buy is a long term within this correction, and the short sell is a short term. Then we just wait. Mostly we can look for reversal. In this case, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thank